for William Shatner!
No, don't get up. Don't get up. It's embarrassing. Thank you so much. My goodness, look at all of you here. What a pleasure it is to be here. Thank you, dear. Wow, Salt Lake City. How high are we? What's the altitude?
48,000.
What, 4,000 feet?
4,800.
45.
48.
Bringing this chair down stage, I'm breathless. So Salt Lake City, it's one of my favorite cities. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I was a big skier. I used to ski for the school and all that. And I'd come to Salt Lake City, first of all, by myself, and then with my wife, and then with children. And it got bigger and bigger. But we'd come to the city, and then, like so many people, take a car out to one of the many ski areas and ski. And I do that more than once or twice a year. And over the years, I got to know Salt Lake City. I had an artistic experience here. I wandered downtown, and there was a shop, you know, like you go in and look at the art. So I walked in, and the guy said, "Oh, Shatner, man." He said, "Are you interested in a Rembrandt print, a Rembrandt sketch?" I said, "Rembrandt, yeah." So he shows me this. He says, "Original Rembrandt." No kidding. And I've forgotten how much, but it was like not much money at all. So I said, "Well, is it a real?" No, it's a real Rembrandt. So I said, "Well, all right, I'll give you a check, and I'll hold payment on the check until I can get to Los Angeles and go to one of the universities there and see if this really is a real Rembrandt." He said, "Fine, that's good, that's one thing." So I went back to Los Angeles with this sketch, and I brought it in. I called, "Can you verify this sketch for me? It's a Rembrandt." So I was in the room, and this expert comes in, and I said, "Can you tell me if this is a real Rembrandt?" And he laughed. And that was it. It was something probably the guy at the shop sketched. So that's the good and the bad of Salt Lake City. There was another experience I had that was unique, maybe, certainly. Yeah, unique. The University of Utah. Good. It's a great university. So they had a program years ago. I don't know whether they continued it or whether I stopped it when I went. But they had a program in which they said, "Bring us your original plays, and we'll put on a world premiere, and all we want is the world premiere of that play." So I had known a great playwright by the name of Norman Corwin. Norman Corwin was responsible for many of the great radio plays back in the days when radio was popular, just before the beginning of television. Radio had all these great dramas on, and Norman Corwin was the man who wrote Peabody and award-winning plays. And I come to Los Angeles years later. I'd worked in radio in Canada, and we meet, I've forgotten how, but we become pals. And one day he says to me, "I've written you a play, and University of Utah wants to put it on." and we'll have a world premiere, and then we'll take the play to Broadway. Oh my God, Norman, that's fantastic. So we come to Salt Lake City, and we rehearse, and it's going really well. It's a great play. In fact, I told the English professor at Salt Lake, at the university, I said, there are passages here in this play that remind me of Shakespeare. He said, oh, come on. Shakespeare? No. He sees the play, comes backstage. It's like Shakespeare. It's that good. We're on our way to Broadway. Except the phone rings. Yes? Bill, you know that pilot you made a few months ago, they were going to sell it, it's sold. So you got to come back to Los Angeles and do the series. Oh God, I'm on my way to Broadway. No, we got a prior contract, you have to. Okay. What was the name of the pilot? Star Trek. True story. So the play never went anywhere. They didn't take it to Broadway, and I had to do this thing called Star Trek.
Thank you!
So that's my connection with Salt Lake City. So I was just going to ask that question. Is it now right? Kiss the microphone. No, go. No, what? Put it right there. No, I mean it.
Right here?
Right there, even closer.
Right here?
Perfect! You have to be convinced of everything, don't you?
I mean,
Really. You're like a hesitant personality that doesn't a little apprehensive about life.
maybe.
Maybe? That's a perfect answer. I mean, if you were writing, something like, somebody's hesitant about life? Maybe. What's your name?
Jill Brown?
Jill?
Yes.
Hi, Jill. You going to read your question? Put it away. Lord, no, you're not allowed to read.
I'm not reading, I'm videoing.
You're what?
Recording on video.
Oh, you're recording it.
Yes.
Okay. What's your question?
First off, Mr. Shatner.
Right into the microphone.
First off, Mr. Shatner. My father and you bear many physical, like your face, you're very similar. And my father...
Wait a minute, your father has a face like mine?
Very much so.
I'm so sorry.
His name's Mark Warner, and my father introduced to me Star Trek at a very young age, and to me, you are the father of sci-fi for me.
For goodness sakes.
And
you're so much like the 3 daughters I already had.
And I just want to thank you for bringing into my life something where sci-fi has been somewhere where I can explore humanity, explore myself, and to help me work through things that come that are hard in my life. And so thank you for being the father of things that have helped me.
Goodness me. Thank you, sweetheart. That's very, very touching. Do you want to be open enough just between you and me? What, for example, was so difficult? What? Give me an instance of something that Star Trek helped you through.
So I have bipolar and anxiety.
Ah.
I've been hospitalized 2 times.
Ah.
But I'm at a place now in my life where that's history, ancient history, because I've had sci-fi throughout my childhood to help me work through those things in a healthy manner and to see characters themselves work through those same difficulties and knowing it's possible.
For goodness sakes, thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you for allowing us to peer a little into your soul. It's beautiful. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
What's your question?
What is the personality trait you like about yourself?
Wow. No, wait a minute. What's your name?
Adam,
Adam, were you listening?
I was.
Right. She asked a question.
Yes.
I haven't answered it yet. What?
She'll stand here and listen to your answer.
You're right, but thank you. I appreciate what you're doing. I think she should stand at the microphone in case she wants to ask something else. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I got your question. It's a beautiful, insightful question. And I was just thinking how to approach an answer because, you know, we're doing a psychological examination in front of hundreds of people and they're all listening to us, you know, and when you were asking your question, I mean, we're listening just like this. You know, can you hear them listening?
Yes.
And they're identifying with you. They're with you. All their sympathies, all their emotions are with you.
Thank you.
That's how much
Thank
you
you, all
touch
of
them.
you. Thank you.
So if I have any qualities worth talking about, I was given a Lifetime Achievement Award recently, and I thought, and I thought, who gets a lifetime? What is a lifetime achievement? What is it? Just breathing is a lifetime achievement. You know, so what are you going to get? You did a good job. You helped somebody across the street. I mean, what is a lifetime achievement? And I gave it a great deal of thought of what would I give myself a prize for achieving something or a good quality. And I think I happed upon it and spoke about it when I thanked them for giving me this award. And what I said was, if there's anything that I don't want to use the word proud of, that I'm satisfied with about myself, is we all have inside us, like yours is so vulnerable, this child of somewhere between 3 years of age and 7 or 8 years of age. We carry around this child. And it's vulnerable because you emerged from the womb and you didn't want to come out, and you were taken away from your mother's breast when it wasn't, and then you had to go to school, and then you're constantly being hurt. And this child is vulnerable, and life tends to make you calloused about things like curiosity. Like the 3-year-old says, oh, look at this, oh wow. There's an oh wow about the world to a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, 6, 7-year-old. And then school and life, you begin to lose that curiosity and the oh wow factor. I may have been able to cultivate in my age to continue the oh wow, to look at the world, to look at you. Look how you're dressed in this pure white. Well, it's pure. You're looking for purity in your thoughts and it's beautiful. Everything is beautiful if you're aware. And that's the 3, 4, 5-year-old child. So if I've got any prize at all, and if I haven't got any good quality, it is that curiosity that brings me to talk to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Shatner.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, now right into the microphone.
Okay, like this?
No, even closer. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, closer. Closer.
You want me to take a bite of the mic?
Take a bite of the mic? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd hear every bite. Yeah, there you go.
I just wanted to ask you about your trip to space. If you could summarize it in one word, what would it be?
Can't. But I'd like to tell you about what happened to me in more than one word.
Please do.
Why do you want one word?
I don't know.
Well, no, there's a reason. Like, awesome. Well, is that good? Yeah, but that means nothing, right?
Right.
I mean, that television thing is awesome. This gentleman here is awesome. Everything is awesome. Would you like to know more?
Please,
Okay,
tell us.
I will. So, as I suppose some of you know, that I went up into space a while ago. Well, let me finish, and then if you applaud, I'll be very grateful. A guy I had worked with had heard about Blue Origin, Amazon's program to go into space. And he approached me and he said, wouldn't you like to go up there and see this? And maybe we should call, I'm in Los Angeles, we'll call Seattle and see if Amazon wants. No, Jason, it's too much trouble. I don't want to go there. See, I think go and lie in there and go up there. Why do I want to do that? I did that in fiction. I don't need to. No. We could make a documentary. Oh. Make a documentary, okay. So we call Amazon, talk to people there, and they say, hey, it's a great idea, come on up. So Jason Ehrlich and I fly to Seattle and meet Jeff Bezos, head of the head guy, and he turns out to be a Star Trek fan. In fact, in the lobby of Amazon in Seattle, where the headquarters are, is a huge, big as this here, all around. Are you standing there for questions or what? No kidding. I'm sorry I missed you. I haven't finished talking. So we go up, and in the lobby are these artifacts of Star Trek. Like the model of the spaceship is under a plastic dome. And there's Jeff Bezos, a fan of Star Trek. And we have so much in common, we're great. We go sit down, now would you like to go up in space? Okay. And then we go home, waiting for an answer, and COVID hits. So everything is delayed. A year later, they called and they said, no, Mr. Bezos is going to go up with his brother and an astronaut, a lady astronaut, who didn't go into space, and some kid. And those are the 4 people that are going up. Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you, Shatner. Okay. So they go up, they come back down. And then a month later, Jason Ehrlich comes to me and says, there's a second shot going to go, second shot. And let's ask them. I'm not going to go up second. That's like getting the vice president to talk when you expect the president to come, and there comes this lady. I want the president. And he says, well, no, Jason, I'm not going to do it. It's so much trouble. Let's go to bed, and I'm going to lie between cool sheets. And then I get an invitation to go up. So I'm lying in the cool sheets, and I'm thinking, it might be exciting to go up. The thrill of going up into space. I'll spend the time. Hello, I'm going to go, I'll do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. So now, I'm just thinking where to go next. So now, I end up in New York City. I've written some songs for an album with a gentleman, a lyricist, who's brilliant, whose name is Robert Chernow. So Robert Chernow and I write songs, and we have an album called Bill. It's out there now. So we meet, and he says, in New York, and I'm going to go on Monday to the desert. And he says, we should write a song about what it's like to go into space. We start writing a song about what it's like to go into space. And that's Sunday night. Monday morning, I'm off to the desert, and I'm practicing how to get into a 5-point harness in weightlessness, which of course you can't practice. And they give us, there's a mock-up of the spaceship, so they play sounds. Here's the things you're going to hear, which, when looking back, had nothing to do with what we really heard. There was really no preparation. You can't, how do you prepare for, there isn't anything in the language that tells you what weightlessness is. Because 600 people have been weightless. They knew when horses came into civilization, because some nation, somebody in Mongolia invented a word of horse. Oh, horse. And in the language, a new word came in, it was a horse, 10,000 years ago. So we know that they were identifying a horse in this Proto-European language, and there was a word for horse which indicated to archaeologists the horse had come. There's no word for weightlessness yet, because nobody's been weightless. How do you prepare for weightlessness? They have a vomit comet. You know about that? Outside loop. Airplane goes outside and you float and you vomit. And so while you're floating around weightless, little pieces of vomit are floating. It's not something I would choose to do. So, and then, as an example of what weightlessness will do to you, I saw film of Jeff Bezos weightlessness in the first thing when he went up. So there's a camera looking this way, and he's floating on his stomach, and his legs are open, and the kid that was with him is throwing candies at his rear end. That's not how I want to spend weightlessness. So finally, we start to go. I go up the gantry, 11 flights up at 5,000 feet. And there's a huge cement block building the size of this stage. And you can see, because the door was open, so the walls are a foot thick of cement. What's that? Well, no, what's that? No, what is that thing with all those air tubes in there and radio? Well, if something goes wrong, you run into this safety building and close the door, and then there's air there. What could go wrong? I get into the spaceship and I realize that they're putting fuel in that's hydrogen. And I don't know about you, but I have seen many times the Hindenburg footage.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? Where the Hindenburg burns?
Yep.
You know what is burning? A static electrical impulse came up from the ground as it was docking, ran along the aluminized hide, and there was a small leak way in the back of hydrogen fuel. The spark, electrical spark, lit the gas there, which exploded and consumed all the hydrogen in the spaceship, in this lighter than air ship, and the thing falls to the ground, burning the size of this room, burning with hydrogen, people running, and the guy who's announcing, here comes oh my God, the humanity of it, people are burning. That's what I know about burning hydrogen. And they're putting hydrogen into the vehicle. Then they start the countdown. T-minus 20, 19, hold, there's an anomaly. How do you spell anomaly? An anomaly, something stopped the countdown. what's that? Okay, we're okay. Oh my God, they're okay. And then this happens. The guy announcing this thing says, "All right, we're removing the gantry now. Anybody who wants to get off, this is your time." And I'm thinking, I'm going. And then I'm thinking, I can't, I'm Captain Kirk. So I go up in the 7 Gs, I can't raise my hand, get into weightlessness, I get out of the 5-point harness, they're all having fun, I go to the window, and here's what I see. For some reason, I was looking back, I got to this big window, and I'm looking back, and I'm seeing the wake of the spaceship. It's like a submarine going through the water, but you can see the water behind it. As it moves the water around it. So the spaceship moved the blue air around it. My God, I've never heard anybody talk about a wake behind the spaceship, but of course, it's leaving a wake. And I looked back then, I looked forward, and I saw the blackness of space. Now, I've been intrigued by, I'm sure many of you, as many of you have, by space. The galaxies, the constellations, the stars, how far, my God, 13.8 billion light years away, my God, the universe is incredible, exploding dark black holes, and unknown things, the mystery of space, the intrigue of space. All I saw was blackness. There were no stars. What I saw was death. And I'm looking back, and I see life. Beige, blue, white. And I also see the curvature of the earth. In fact, I thought, if I just ran my finger around, I could make a circle the size of the earth. That's what we're living on, this tiny rock. That's what I saw and felt. When we got down, finally when we walked out of the spaceship, I found myself weeping, crying. And I don't know why I was crying. What am I doing? And Bezos comes over, and I said to him, apparently, because I saw the film, I don't want to ever forget the way I'm feeling, which I've never forgotten. And I go off in a corner somewhere, and puzzled, what am I crying about? And I realize what I'm feeling is grief. Grief! And it takes me hours and then a day or two to realize what I was processing. I've done a lot of studying about our interconnection, about how all of us are connected, not just by DNA and 5 billion years of evolution, not just that. We're connected to the earth, we're connected to nature, we're connected to the universe. We're connected. A tree gives off electrochemical signals along the mycelium. We have dendrites that look like the mycelium, and we're sending out electrochemical signals. That's how our brain works. And trees are connecting with other trees, like the way our brain works. Is that connection? Everywhere you look in this beautiful state of Utah, you see the connection of us and the world around us and the world's connection to the universe. We're connected. And this world, this rock, this teeny piece, this sand, this morsel of sand in the Sahara Desert, that's what it's like. This insignificant planet and around an insignificant sun, around an insignificant constellation. And we are these little tiny things on this insignificant planet. We're insignificant, we're nothing. And then I came to the realization that we're aware. We're aware we're nothing. And we're aware of the awe and mystery of the universe. Wow, what a gift. And there was one other moment. I made documentary of this thing that I'm telling you about, the last shot of which, when I'd forgotten, when it was played in front of an audience and I watched it, is Bezos coming and hugging me, because I was so moved, unknowingly, until I was able to put it together. And I realized not only have we got the gift of awareness and pay homage to the awe and mystery of the universe, but we also have love. And that's what I came away with.
Thank you.
So now, let me pay attention to you guys. Wait a minute, what are you pointing at? Am I making a mistake? Wait, what? Oh, you're sending them one at a time over there.
They come there.
Oh, so the line forms there, and you go there, and then they go back, and they come on, and they ask a question, and they go and say, okay, got it. Wow. Oh my God, now I get it. Nobody told me. I'm the last person to know. Hello.
How are you?
What's your name?
George.
Come right into the mic, George.
Hi. That was a little
closer.
touchy. I don't.
George.
Huh?
See how close I am? See how close?
Yeah.
Give him a shove.
Hello.
There you go.
That was touching. I don't know. My question's a little more light question. By the way, I can't do that.
You what? I can't do that. No.
I can't do that. So
I can't
have
do that.
No, I have no Vulcan in me. So
You have no what?
no Vulcan in me because I.
No Vulcan in you.
Yeah.
Just wait around.
I
There'll be
feel
a
bad.
Vulcan
I
in
feel
you.
bad. I can't do that.
Someone will give you a Vulcan.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I do have a life. So.
You do have a life?
Yeah.
Well, you certainly look like you've lived, yes.
My question, I'm wondering, did you ever count how many women you've kissed in the series? Did you have a favorite at all?
So how many, and what was my favorite?
Yeah.
403. And number 27 was my favorite.
You forgot the names.
Is that your question? Really?
Yeah, that's it.
So you really want to know passion and love?
I know my share.
Have you come closer to the mic? Have you been passionate and with women? I mean, have you had a
Not with
passion?
your women, no.
I certainly hope not, because I'd be looking back on that with a great deal of. But have you had a passionate life?
My own.
What?
My own.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Not anybody else. Like, what is your passion?
FanX.
Why?
And football.
Why?
In that
and
order.
football, right? In that order.
FanX and football.
Why FanX?
And the youth.
Why FanX?
It's fun. There's a lot of, I've noticed that it brings people together in a really wonderful way. We're all friends here. You go to other places, go to schools. It's a shame because you have security people and officers at the schools. Here, we don't have to worry about things. I mean, it's just a great time to get together, and we're all here for this.
What a wonderful characterization of FanX. It's a lot of people who know each other, been coming for years, and see each other.
We're like a big family.
What, are you in costume now? Or is that
do you like my cosplay?
Your blue shirt and
Yeah.
Are you a science fiction character in that dress?
Well, I do what I can.
Why do you come?
My questions are supposed to be for you, not you for me.
Okay. I enjoy the exchange, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good.
What were you asking? I'm sorry.
I missed that. What did you say?
Wait, this 30 seconds of science is brought by.
Well, I can't.
No, I just wanted you were
into the mic. What was your question?
I didn't have one. My question was my question. They asked me what my question would be, and I asked it.
And you gave them the answer, that's my question.
Well, yeah.
That's very philosophical. Your question is your question.
Well, I could come up with something else, but I'm...
Well, why don't you? We're here. Just, we've met for the first... Why not come up
Okay,
up with something
I
since
would
we're
like-
relying on you to come up with something.
Since I've got,
Can you come up with something when you come up with something?
yeah, if I've got 2 more minutes or whatever.
No,
I would,
you don't have any more time left.
no, I would like to ask about Gene Roddenberry.
Okay.
Real quick.
Go
Maybe
ahead.
that's a deeper question.
You want to ask about
what-
Gene
what-
Roddenberry?
Yeah, about working with him, what it was like, you know.
Well, Gene was a very complex man. He, like all of us, he had his good and his bad side. His good side was he was so creative, and he begat Star Trek. The begetting is a little clouded of how it was begat, but it was begat finally, and became. And because it was Gene Roddenberry. So Gene Roddenberry, if you'll excuse the expression in Mormon country, was the creator.
We kind of believe in a different one, but you know.
So what did you say, Jim?
I said we kind of believe in a different one.
What, you don't believe that Gene Roddenberry created the Star Trek?
He created Star Trek.
Okay, stop. He created Star Trek. That's all I said. I didn't say Ian created your blue shirt, which is it's a perfect color, by the way, the blue, on you. But he was not an organized individual. So there came a time in the making of Star Trek when they realized that he was contributing greatly to the creative, but since movies and especially television is minutes are accounted for. You start at 8:01, you quit at 6:15 because the union needed to quit, otherwise you had to pay them overtime. So he wasn't that well organized. So eventually he was kicked upstairs, if you will, and the day-to-day making of Star Trek was handled by other people.
Was he a spiritual man? I'd like to know if he had a spiritual side to him.
Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting question. Tell me what you mean by a spiritual man.
Well, he believed in something maybe a little beyond himself, in his own way. Stephen Hawking didn't really have...
I interviewed Stephen Hawking. May have been the last interview of Stephen Hawking that I did. And you think Stephen Hawking was a spiritual man?
No, he's claimed to be agnostic.
He claimed what?
To be agnostic.
Right. Well, what do you know for sure?
What's in your heart, I guess.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's just
What's in your heart?
What's in your heart.
That's what you know for sure.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
else is faith.
If I believe that hot dogs will get me to heaven, well, that's my belief, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that's based on faith.
Right.
But it's also in your heart. So for you, that works. I don't know whether that worked for Gene Roddenberry. Is that a black mark against him?
I didn't know him, so I can't make that judgment. But based on the series and based on what he created, I would say yes.
I didn't quite understand that.
No, based on his spiritual side, I would say yes. Because,
That he was.
yeah, that you can't write and do that kind of thing without.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That for him, the universe was unknown and expanded, and he was agnostic.
No, I'm saying that he might not have been. I don't know.
Neither did he. I'm going to get some water. Thank you very much. That was really very interesting. Okay. Oh, I get it now. I get how it works. That's good. Okay. Hi.
Hi, it's an absolute pleasure, Mr. Shatner. I'm curious about what you as an actor and an artist brought to your character. I know there's writers and directors, but what did you bring to James T. Kirk? And then conversely, what did James T. Kirk bring to you besides?
Well, James T. Kirk brought me to you. And as to what I brought to the character of Kirk, every actor brings themselves to the... Yeah, you could put Sir Laurence Olivier, one of the great classical actors who died some years ago. was well known for wearing makeup. His wife used to say, first Larry's nose came on stage and then Larry came on stage, because he was always putting makeup on. But no matter how much makeup you put on, no matter how many prosthetics I love motorcycles. I've ridden a lot of motorcycles and cross country. So you wear a helmet and glasses and leathers and stuff like that. And I can't tell you the number of times I'm waiting at a red light and somebody in the car looks over and says, "Oh, Shatner." How can they tell it's me with a helmet and leathers and gloves and glasses? I don't know. But no matter how much makeup or what the actor is wearing, they always bring themselves. And their choices for what they think the character would do, how the character speaks, what he wears, if he's given those choices, is always choices that he would make. That's why Hamlet, played by a variety of actors, is always different, because the actor brings their own character unconsciously. You may try like, oh yes, and I'm going to play the character, to be or not to be. Still me doing to be. Oh, look at that, Shatner, to be or not to be. It's always them, their character, their insides, their knowledge, their lifetime experience. The actor brings to the role, and that's what I brought to Captain Kirk, inadvertently. You've been waiting so long. I saw you there in your yellow coat, and I'm so sorry I had to keep you waiting. Oh. Go right into the microphone, which we had to lower for your little self.
Well, I am a pineapple after all. I have to be short.
But you're full blown, I understand. You may be short, but you're full blown.
Thank you. I'm Erica, the pineapple.
Right into the microphone, dear.
So,
you are?
I'm Erica, the pineapple.
Right into the mic. It makes a huge difference. Even closer.
Grr.
Go ahead. Go ahead. There.
Alright, so
There you go.
my question for you today is, what's it like being the first captain of Star Trek, leading down to this wonderful series of Star Trek?
So wait a minute. What's it like to be the first captain of Star Trek, and what was the last part?
That leads down to this wonderful series that we all love.
Oh. That's the best thing an audience can do to an actor, that sound. Oh. I'd say how much time I had. It's been incredible. I'm here in front of you I've just performed a while ago at Kennedy Center. I did songs there that Cherno and I wrote. I have a watch that's really interesting coming out. I have 2 documentaries, one on me and one documentary on the performance at Equestrian Center. I have a wonderfully intriguing show called The Unexplained on History Channel and on Netflix. I have got a book coming out in the next 2 weeks called Boldly Go, about our connection. I've got so many things happening, all of it because of Star Trek. So I owe a debt to Star Trek because of that. The last song that I'll use the word sing at Kennedy Center is called So Fragile, So Blue. And it's kind of a sum of what I've described as my journey up into space and my insight, my dramatic insight, because I've always been an ecologist, and I knew what was happening, but I never saw it so clearly as to what is happening. The song So Fragile, So Blue is going to become a music video. And our hope is that it becomes an anthem, like We Are the World. We are the world. My hope is So Fragile, So Blue, when it comes out, awakens again in everybody's mind how fragile our Earth is and how incredibly important, how existential it is for us to do something about the global warming and Earth and saving. And that may be my whole purpose in life, was to bring you this So Fragile, So Blue, all because of Star Trek. Thank you so much, everybody. What a pleasure to have been with you. Thank you.
Please give a huge round of applause for William Shatner.